All right, 2024 NFL betting preview, breaking down our best bets for each division. Let's take a look now at the NFC East. Division futures odds as follows here, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles, -120. Dallas Cowboys, +170. The Commanders, +1,000. And the New York Football Giants, +1,200. Let us know your favorite pick for any or all of these NFC East teams in the comments. Tony, start us off here with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I'm bullish on this Eagles team for sure. I like them at -120 to win the NFC East still. I bet them at a much better number. It was +105 or +100 months ago, earlier in the summer. But I think when you look at this bet, this is a two-team race, right? I don't think anybody realistically expects the Giants or the Commanders to win this division. So you're really betting the Eagles straight up against the Cowboys in a lot of ways. And when I look at these two teams, this is a situation where last year the Cowboys won this division by 1 game. They barely won this division. I think they've gotten worse in the offseason, and I think the Eagles have gotten better in the offseason. Sure, there's all the headlines about losing Jason Kelce and a couple other pieces on this Eagles team, but they're replenishing those spots. And Pro Football Focus has the Eagles as having the second best offensive line coming into this season. I think they're going to be okay. I think Jalen Hurts played hurt last year. He didn't seem like himself. The Eagles also had some drama, reported rumors about, frustration between coaches and players and things like that. So what have the Eagles done? They've brought in brand new offensive coordinator, brand new defensive coordinator, one of the best defensive coordinators in the league in Fangio. And then you got Kellen Moore on offense. Where did he come from? He spent as a player and coach 2015 to 2022 with the Cowboys organization. So he knows that organization well, kind of a secret weapon. He knows CeeDee Lamb. He knows Ezekiel Elliott. He knows these guys. And I love the coordinator upgrade. When you look at these two teams' schedule differential, I think the Eagles play easier teams, and they've also got a 10-day net rest advantage when compared to the Cowboys as well. So I think the Eagles are a better team. I think they've got a softer schedule. I think they've got a better coaching staff. So there's a lot to like here for the Eagles, and I like a -120 to win the NFC East.
All right, Nick, keep it going here. Let's move to the New York Giants, and you are up.
Yeah, so if you watched the Giants game the other night, not a whole lot to get excited about watching Danny Dimes at quarterback. But thankfully, you've got a number 1 wide receiver in New York again now. He doesn't wear number 13, but Malik Neighbors is a burner. So I'm on Neighbors over 1,000 receiving yards. It's +160. He's going to rake in the targets as the Giants' number 1 receiver this season, guys. I think he easily surpasses the 1,000-yard mark in his first year in the NFL. Caught 4 passes for 54 yards against the Texans the other day. A leaping 21-yard grab was the highlight there. There's not really too much to get excited about in New York this year, but Neighbors is going to be must-see TV, and I expect they feed him the football sooner than later. 10 or 12 targets a game isn't outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, for the Commanders, I love Terry McLaurin. I'm on Team TMC. I love the guy, and you can get him to get only 1,000 yards receiving at +140. I was tempted to get 1,250 receiving yards at +500, but I didn't want to get too greedy this time around. But I might be able to talk myself into it by the end of the show or before the season starts. He's at over 1,000 yards in his last 4 seasons. He is the number 1 target by a country mile in Washington. The Washingtons don't have anybody else. I like Zach Ertz, but Zach Ertz is getting near the end. And here's the thing. He had 1,191 yards playing with Taylor Heineke. That's why I was tempted at the plus 500 to 1,250 yards. Here's the quarterbacks he's played with so far in his career. Sam Howell, Taylor Heineke, Carson Wentz, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Garrett Gilbert, Alex Smith, Dwayne Haskins, Kyle Allen, Case Keenum, and Colt McCoy. And he's at 1,000 on
Alex Smith there.
Listen, I prefer my quarterbacks to have 2 functioning legs, okay?
Oh, come on. How dare you?
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding. I mean, I do, but I mean, low blow, huh? Get it?
Little.
Sitting that way.
He was also there for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I just love Terry McLaurin this year. There's nothing stopping him this year.
I'll wrap things up here in the NFC East with America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. 3 straight 12-win seasons going into this campaign. They haven't been to a conference championship game since 1995. That is absolutely crazy. I am not in on this team in 2024. I am expecting a bit of regression here, a bit of a fall from a 12-win team. Not a ton of good vibes this offseason with the Dallas Cowboys. The CeeDee Lamb holdout has pretty much dominated the news cycle for weeks now. Although per Schefter, the team and player are beginning to have, quote, promising talks. There's Dak and his ongoing contract saga. Like, these things, at least to me, would have been better to have been wrapped up ASAP. But now they are still lingering, and we're close to week 1 here, guys. This is a big-time risky move by Jerry Jones and the org. I think that playoff game against Green Bay showed us who potentially this Cowboys team really is. It pulls the curtain a little bit on a head coach that, quite frankly, in my opinion, might need to go, and a defense that can be exposed and performed unsustainably last season. The offensive line is not good, man. Tyler Guyton, the rookie, looks like he's going to start at left tackle. So that's potentially a worry. Reports are that this guy is a raw experiment at best. The running back room is it is what it is. It is not a great situation. The strength of schedule here is tough. They played a ton of weak defenses last season, a ton. This year, among others, they have to go up against Cleveland, Baltimore, the Niners, the Jets. Even the Giants invested a little bit on that side of the ball. So they could have an uptick in production this season. The first 11 weeks of the season are very, very tough here, guys. Dan Quinn left, Mike Zimmer in at D coordinator. So we're going to see a pivot in defensive schemes with this team, a defense that has relied on turnovers, and that is not overly conducive to carrying over from year to year. For example, Deron Bland is not going to have 9 picks and is not going to return 5 of them for touchdowns. That is not going to happen. Just some red flags with this team. And like I mentioned with Tampa Bay, potentially some mirages with this team. I like Dak. How can you not love CeeDee Lamb? I just think there are some worrying elements and some worrying signs with this Cowboy team. That's why I'm going under 9.5 wins on Dallas at plus 120.